I can't believe you.
What's up, YouTube? My name is Alex.
I'm Christiana.
And we are jumping into some Disney Plus.
So we're gonna jump into some pros and cons of Disney Plus. Although we don't really have that many cons because we love Disney, right?
Because, Disney is an empire for a good reason. It is top tier in terms of media consumption. Just like that popcorn that we just... What is a con for Disney Plus?
A con? I feel like the only real con for me is the fact that it's not like Netflix where you can't just pick up where you left off. Like, if I start watching Jungle Book at work and I want to come home and finish watching it, sorry if my manager's watching.
I definitely have content playing on my drive into work, that's probably maybe a little worse.
We're not watching while driving either, just to be clear.
I think our cons can be summed up as more of an implementation of the software mechanics, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's more like once they add these features in, and I feel like Hulu is a prime example, and Disney owns a majority stake in Hulu, so I feel like it's a safe assumption that it's kind of like growing pains with the platform.
Yeah, and they're still figuring it out. So as we go, I feel like they kind of should have figured out in beta, but things are gonna happen and we'll find things out the hard way. It's all good.
Yes, and my con was the language, and we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but it was primarily that for me, I'm learning German, so I want everything in German audio, German subtitles, and only a few of the most recent releases were German enabled. And you had mentioned a really good point that it hadn't launched in Germany yet, so the German content could be coming. And I noticed it launched in the Netherlands, and Dutch is on there. So
they did the beta in Netherlands.
And that's on there. So.
Yeah, and they're going to slowly release other countries. I'm sure they'll add ones in for whatever language you're trying to do. But right now, we have the English and... what was it?
Dutch. Dutch for... and Spanish, obviously, because in the United States, Spanish speaking... is a very high majority.
Manos, brazos.
My high school Spanish is totally failing me right now.
I think I failed Spanish actually 3 times. I'm not joking.
My Spanish teacher called me mediocre, so...
¿Cómo se dice mediocre en español?
He said it in English. That's how bad my Spanish was.
Okay, so my second con, which it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's definitely something you can they'll probably figure it out when working out the kinks, but I went to go look up, it was 101 Dalmatians. So I typed 101 and 101 Dalmatians live action came up, and 101 Dalmatians 2 came up, but I couldn't find the original. I'm like...
Oh, like the animated
Yeah,
version.
I'm pretty sure they took it out of the vault, so I was like, where is it, what's going on? And I was trying to ask someone else for help, and I was like, what is it? Do I have to physically type out 101? So I'm like, O-N-E, and then whoop, there it was.
Really?
Yes!
Oh,
so you have to physically type out 101 Dalmatians for it to... So, I'm sure they'll figure it out because not all the movies are like that, but I was just like, that's kind of weird. I gotta physically type out that very long number.
I will say, okay, so I'm subscribed to a couple people on YouTube, and they had mentioned that as well. Only the first page was loading for them, and so when they went to go search for things, nothing happened. So I think Disney's aware of that, and I think that's going to be fixed. You want to find the content quick, because the advantage of Netflix and Hulu is being able to type it in, it immediately pops up, and you're there.
Yeah.
So if it gets frustrating when you can't find your content as quickly as...
Exactly. Yeah. Right? Don't get me wrong. First world problems.
Millennials, right? We have a 30-second attention span.
Yeah.
And when that's it, we're logging out. We've ended our subscription. But Disney's worth the growing pains.
Yeah. And it's funny because before I signed up, so I signed up for Disney Plus at the D23 Expo. So I went to the D23 Expo and they had like a booth. There's a booth for D23. If you sign up for 3 years, you basically get like half off for the next 3 years.
So like $72.
Or I don't even remember. I was just like, take
Girl,
my money.
you just signed it over like on the
This is how
spot.
much I'm not playing with
card.
you. I literally was like, I don't know what this is gonna cost me, but I gave her my credit card number. I was like, I don't even care. Take my money. This is my life. I need it. So
I feel like that's very, yeah, I feel like that was the majority because they launched with 10 million subscribers, which blew them out of the park. Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Disney, was, he put a lot on the line. This is his final act, a lot of people say, in terms of,
Do they have like a 4-year, rotation on
I feel
CEO of Disney?
He's accomplished so much, and like his acquisition of Marvel, Star Wars, and like it's very impressive. And this is another little chip in the foundation of his reign as Disney's CEO.
We do love Disney, we do. But as you know, like I work for a very large tech company, if you will, and when things newly get released, there are issues, and we do love them, but they do happen. So
right. Same. I also work for a very big company, and when we roll out new things, there are always kinks and growing pains. And I think as the consumer, we're aware of that. And Disney, I think, because of the brand, I think more people are more forgiving of it than if some new app or platform we're trying to launch. It's less forgiving.
Honestly, the Disney Plus could give my computer a virus and I'd be like, hey, I love you!
My favorite cinematic property is Star Wars. I've been obsessed since pretty much junior high, hardcore Star Wars fan. So I get it. And once Disney acquired that material, they've got my book. Like once they release the newest Star Wars content, just like you, putting your credit card on the line, like here it is, whatever it is. Yeah.
So I got us some snacks for the sake of this video. So I thought we'd do a fun game.
Okay.
And I'll let you guess what the food was inspired by.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. Sushi. Oh no. I would assume Finding Nemo.
I'm so mad. This is not about Finding Nemo, you terrible, god-awful human being. There is a scene in a movie, I'll tell you which one, but she says, sushi? You think this is about sushi?
Milan?
You're breaking my heart.
Only because the dragon's name is similar. It's just...
Okay, well, it's not Mulan. It's Monsters, Inc.
Oh.
I can't believe you.
I think Finding Nemo. Like, please, in the comment section, throw in if sushi is more related to Monsters, Inc. or Finding Nemo. Like, let's be real. All right. So, after this amazing video, we have a Disney Plus Founder Circle pin that I believe you deserve.
Yep.
So, we will pin this on, and why don't we jump into watching some Disney Plus?
Yay!
That's it. Alright, let's go to
This popcorn has seen better days.
My floor has seen better days.
I'm sorry!